Alright, this is kind of part 2 of the TenTec Century 21 AGC modification from, what is it here, real quick, 86, May 86, 73 magazine that seems to be working pretty well. Anyway, I want to experiment with the attack and the hang times, so I built an identical circuit. And I added some switches so I can change the value of R3, the attack time, and R4, the hang time. Okay, so here's what it looks like from the top. And we're just switching in, right now, 4 different values of resistors for each, the attack and the hang time. This is a quick little drawing of how it all works. And some values I calculated the time constant for, just to get a relative idea of how this might work. Okay, so we've got the scope hooked up. The top channel is the audio input, and the bottom line is the output of the level shifter of the second op amp, and that voltage will range, I guess, from about 6 volts down to 0, and 0 being cutting off the IF amplifier, so theoretically no signal would get through. But anyway, let's find a signal here too. And this is just hooked up to the scope. It is not hooked up to the rig yet. That'll be the next step. But now I can do some fooling around. For example, if I change the hang time, see how the bottom line gets closer to 0 as I run through these settings, how it responds to the audio. This is 0 volts, by the way, where this little 2 is for trace number 2. So, and we're at 2 volts per division. So with very little signal, we're at 2, 4, 5, maybe 6 volts. And as the signal increases, it gets closer to 0. And you can play with different settings of attack time by working these switches. So it might be easy to find out what the optimum deal is here for this. So the next step is I'm going to wire the output of this little test circuit into the Century 21 and see, you know, if we get pumping at certain settings, or, you know, if there's an optimum combination. But I got to think that the default values in the article are probably pretty close. Anyway, just something to tinker with and have some fun. Keep tinkering, everybody. See, oh, by the way, I got to tell you, those switches, I got those from on a closeout, and I wouldn't tell you, I wouldn't mention this, except I got such a good deal on these. They were closing these out for 25 cents a piece. And the reason why I got them is because the pin distance is perfect for the, you know, it's a 100 spacing, perfect for these solderless breadboards. They plug right in. And they were blowing them out for 25 cents a piece, so I was a sport and bought 10 of them, and already used a couple. Of course, I bought them about a year ago, but anyway, that's beside the point. Keep tinkering, everybody. I'll let you know how all this works out.